Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I want to talk about the Spider-Man No Way Home merchandise that dropped yesterday. So, as far as I'm aware, the story is that all of these images leaked online. They were not supposed to be announced, and then later, Marvel, as you can see, I'm on the actual Marvel website, they went ahead and just revealed it all these figures and toys. So because we have not gotten a trailer yet, which the internet is very angry about, this is our first look at Spider-Man No Way Home. Not our first look. We've gotten like I think one or two little screenshots that don't really tell us anything, but this is our first look at the costumes, our first look at all the different characters, and we're gonna go through some of these, and here we go. They have some pretty good images here. So we'll full screen this. This first one is actually the one that has me the most interested here. So, as many of you know, and I'll go ahead and put spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about rumors and things. There's a plane going overhead. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to talk about rumors and things that are supposedly going to happen in this movie. So if you didn't want to know anything about this movie, and I don't know how you've gotten this far without being spoiled, but I'm going to talk about that, so now's the time to get away. But basically, the idea and everything that we've heard leaks about and reports about and rumors about for like a year is that this is going to essentially, if not be an entire Spider-Verse story, this is going to be like a semi-Spider-Verse. There's supposed to be multiple villains from the past Spider-Man movies with the same actors coming back, and of course, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming back as their Spider-Man. There's reports of maybe Gwen Stacy and maybe Kirsten Dunst, MJ coming back, and all of this stuff, all this awesome crazy stuff that has gone, many people believe it to be true because many reliable sources have kind of agreed with it and said like, yeah, that I've heard this as well. And we've heard some things, we'll get into it, but anyways, yeah, so let's look at what the actual physical evidence that we have here. So this first one here, this pop figure of Spider-Man, he appears to be using some sort of Doctor Strange magic here, and what I actually really enjoy is that inside of the Doctor Strange glyphs and mystic looking logo is a spider web, which is pretty cool. So I don't know if he's I don't know how he's harnessing this or how it's like integrated into his suit. It says integrated suit. That's the name of the figure. So I don't know how this magic is here, if he's just got some kind of magical device with him that maybe Doctor Strange gave him. But I could see this as a way of him like opening up some dimensional portals or something, and maybe he goes from universe to universe for some reason. But this is pretty awesome, and of course it has been confirmed that Doctor Strange is going to be his mentor figure in this movie. So I'm still very shaky on what the actual plot is here, but this is really cool. And I don't know, a lot of people make the Iron Man Jr. jokes about Spider-Man, because his whole relationship with Tony Stark. And I've already seen the jokes about like, oh, so now he's Doctor Strange Jr., he's not real Spider-Man, and like that the whole community, the infighting about what Spider-Man is supposed to be and all that. I don't know, for me this is really awesome. This is just a cool image. I love it when superheroes kind of combine their stuff together, and this is just really cool. So let's keep on going down the line. So here we have actual Doctor Strange himself. It's just called Doctor Strange, so there's no hint on the name, but he's, as people have noted, he's wearing like street clothes. He's got jeans and yellow boots and this jacket and a shovel. I don't know who he's digging up. Some people have joked that he's digging up Uncle Ben's body, that's very funny. But yeah, I don't know what the situation is here. He's still wearing the cape here, which people have noted that, hey, the collar seems much higher, much more comic accurate, because the collar is supposed to be like way up there. So this is very interesting. I don't know why he's wearing these clothes, but who knows? I imagine that at any point Doctor Strange could just choose to change his clothes with magic. So, and then we get much closer to the Spider-Man Far From Home suit. He's even got the webbed wings back from Spider-Man Homecoming, which is pretty cool. That's something that this MCU Spider-Man has had in the past, and he's like the first movie Spider-Man to have those, those wings, the gliding wings, which I know is used in the comics sometimes, not super often, but sometimes. We get MJ. It almost looks like has like a school uniform on or something, and then we get Ned, who has like a high school Letterman jacket. Also, I think the actor lost a lot of weight. That's really awesome. Good job on him. And it looks like they're going to utilize that in the movie. Maybe he joined the football team or something. And then we get what everyone agrees is really cool looking, the black and gold Spider-Man suit. You can see his gloves have some sort of technology built into the gauntlets here. It looks like the computer chip looking lines. People have speculated that basically he's going to go into this suit in the later half of the movie, basically to better differentialize the MCU Spider-Man from the other two Spider-Man that will show up. That way, when you have 3 people in costume as Spider-Man, you can actually tell which one is supposed to be which. So that's an interesting idea that makes a lot of sense. Either way, this is pretty awesome. I'm wondering what this suit is actually used for. It just says black and gold suit, so again, the name doesn't really give us much to go with here, but it is pretty cool. And then here we get more lifelike proportions as to the way the suit will actually look. I do want to point something else out about this gold suit here that he has, this gold trimming. It's like it's very similar to the Iron Spider, but it's kind of a little bit more subtle, I guess. The Iron Spider was fully metallic, and then they've got the black and gold suit. Interestingly enough, on this version of the toy, he still has some red here. Instead of the technology computer chip looking gauntlets, he's just got some red fingers and red arms. So I'm not sure what's up with that, really. And we got J. Jonah Jameson, which is awesome because, of course, he showed up for 10 seconds to do the big reveal of who Spider-Man is at the end of the last movie. So it is cool to have him back. He is still bald, so this is, I imagine they're going to say that this is just an alternate reality version of the same guy. So it's not this guy never interacted with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. This is the MCU world's version of him. And of course, if you're watching Loki, this concept is kind of already being set up. Different timelines, different worlds each had their own version. We just met, at the end of the last Loki episode, we met 5-6 Lokis or whatever. So yeah, they can very easily say this is just a variant J. Jonah. There's a bunch of J. Jonahs, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad. Hopefully Loki ends in a way that kind of leads into this movie. So that's really cool. And then another shot of Doctor Strange in his more classical costume, but people have pointed out he still has the Eye of Agamotto, which, hopefully I said that right. He doesn't have the Time Stone in there anymore, so people are kind of wondering, what does it do now? Is it just, is it just for accessorizing, or is it does it actually still do something? It's possible. I mean, it's still, I imagine it's a magical thing that contained the Time Stone, so maybe the casing itself still has some sort of juice in it. I don't know. Could go either way, really. That's very interesting. So, and then we get with toys, a lot of the times it's you get these crazy toys that never actually happened in the movie, but they're just they had to make a toy out of something, right? So I don't think that this web bolt thing is actually gonna be a thing. This one I actually did want to talk about because I feel like this kind of implies something cool about that costume. The gold legs here on the costume, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna say that, oh, the legs, the actual spider, Iron Spider legs come out from the chest. These things would pop up, and those would be how the legs get there, in the movie. So that's kind of cool. The spider bike. I heard some people say like, "Oh, we're gonna get the spider bike." I don't think this is. I think this is just a toy thing. I don't think that's actually gonna happen. They do that a lot with toys. So these are a bunch of little figures. Nothing really here. I think. Let's see. And then here is just. I don't think all of these people are gonna show up in this movie. I think this is just the MCU Spider-Man, like a collection of figures. Let's see. I think there was one last thing that people were kind of talking about. I wish I can get rid of this bar here if there's a way to. Can't really get rid of this little bar, but in any case, there's a figure of Wong here. This is Wong. He has hair now, which is bizarre. Let's see. This is actually called a Sanctum Workshop. What did the box say? Spider-Man at the Sanctum Workshop. That's all it says. Okay, so this is like specifically for this movie, so it's not like a collection of just like here's random stuff. But Wong has hair. He's wearing like this yellow coat over his costume. I think this is generally more what he looked like in the comics. And yeah, so it looks like they all just visit the Sanctum, which I think we do have some screen pictures of that. Now something interesting that I saw was this creature that they're fighting. To me, it looks like a scorpion type creature. It's got pincers. It's got the little claws here. It's got like a tail. It looks like a scorpion creature to me. Now, I don't know if I don't know if this is supposed to be like the Scorpion, the villain that Spider-Man has, but it does appear to be some sort of scorpion-looking monster. And then over here, if you notice, here's a little scorpion down here also. So I don't know. It feels like they're gonna have to fight some creature, or maybe Spider-Man shows up and he's already in the middle of fighting some kind of dimensional monster that he's fighting. But I don't know. I think it is interesting to note that if this does turn out to be the Scorpion, which who knows, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Also, on his computer over here, he's got some files open. It almost looks like he's got like a file open about Peter Parker. So if this is Doctor Strange looking up stuff about Peter Parker, that's kind of interesting. Let's see. I think that might actually be it. Yeah, that's really it. I think these are all just. There's nothing. I don't think I don't think he's shown up in this movie or anything. So yeah, just interesting that it feels like their hand was a little forced to announce all of these toys and all this stuff and kind of get like our first look as to little tiny hints as to what could have happened in this movie. I have no idea when the trailer's coming out. I wish that they would just release it. I feel like Sony and Marvel, I feel like Sony wants to release it, but Marvel is saying like, no, wait until Loki is over or something. It feels like that's what's happening because Loki still has two more episodes, and it feels like that's like, for whatever reason, Marvel's like, no, wait until it's over. So hopefully, if there's some like good corporate synergy happening here, Loki ends with some sort of multiverse break, and then the trailer for Spider-Man comes out and it's like, oh, the multiverse is broken, so maybe that's kind of what they're going for here. We'll just have to see. One last thing, not toy related, but it is about this movie. So Kevin Feige looks genuinely disappointed that Alfred Molina talked about No Way Home details. So if you remember, I did a video about this a few months ago. Alfred Molina, the guy who played Doc Ock in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, he came out in an interview and he just openly talked about being in the movie, this next No Way Home movie. Like, and everyone's like, well, it was rumored that he was gonna be in the movie, but like nothing official had been said. And then he just starts talking about it. So I just wanted to play this real quick because it is pretty damn hilarious. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to this.
What do you think of Alfred Molina just dropping he's in Spider-Man No Way Home?
People can talk. People get a microphone. Some people like to talk. Some people like me, not so much.
What do you think of Alfred?
So, of course, Kevin Feige's, even though it's basically confirmed, he's still not going to come out and say like, oh yeah, it's true. He kind of just leaves it with, oh, people like to talk, but it's true. And it's kind of funny seeing like, you can tell that like, even being asked about it publicly. Kevin Feige's like, oh god, you know, he was probably hoping that he was gonna somehow not even be asked about the Alfred Molina thing, because it's been months at this point. So I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, so that is our first look at Spider-Man No Way Home. Still no trailer, but a lot of merchandise. We got a pretty good look at different costumes. And yeah, a lot of people have pointed out that, like, hey, none of those toys or Lego sets had anything to do with Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield or anything, you know, and some people are kind of freaking out like, oh my god, is it not happening? I am still pretty sure that it is happening. Of course, it's possible that it's not, and we're all horribly disappointed because we built ourselves up. But you know, all these figures could really be mostly for the beginning of the movie and not be any kind of revelation about the actual end of the movie. Because if you noticed, like, none of this seems to involve like some kind of big end fight. You know, there's just like something about, the only fight we get is something about Doctor Strange fighting this scorpion looking creature, but that's it. So you know, I wouldn't read the fact that there's no toys of Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield yet. I wouldn't read anything into that. I think we're still fine. And yeah, hopefully we get the trailer sooner than later. And if they are waiting for Loki to end, then we still got like 2 weeks to go. Which, you know, I guess we'll just have to be patient. That's all we really can do. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your theories about Spider-Man No Way Home, and which of these costumes do you like best? I honestly, I still prefer the classical costume more than any of these. Even the black and gold one, I still like the more classic look. But him with the Doctor Strange magic, that is pretty dang cool. I think that's really awesome. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.